Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Nehati from Sri Venkateswara College of Engineering. This is my fourth video, and if you haven't watched my previous three videos, please do watch it, like it, share it, and subscribe to my channel without fail. So today's video is all about Indian Constitution. In this video, we'll be dealing with 5 topics and 5 questions from each topic. So it is 5 into 5, 25 questions. We'll just be learning some important parts from the surface layer of the Indian Constitution. So the first topic we are dealing today is the necessity of the Indian Constitution. Is Indian Constitution really necessary? What happens if Indian Constitution is not there? Can we still live an orderly life if the Constitution weren't there? We'll just see about that. A Constitution has written laws accepted by people living together in a country. So it was written by as all of you know, there was a drafting committee for the Indian Constitution, which was headed by Subhas Chandra Bose as the chairman and Dr. Rajendra Prasad as the president of the drafting committee of the Indian Constitution. So they took all the laws that were accepted by people living in that country. Okay, that is our country, India. So they took it after taking the opinions from our people as well. So a constitution is necessary to provide a set of basic rules that allow for minimal coordination among the members of the society. So it is a set of basic rules that allows for coordination among the people in the country. Okay, if there's no coordination, there would be a lot of problems arising. So for solving all that, we have a set of basic rules. To specify who has the power to make decisions in a society, it decides how the government will be constituted. So everyone cannot have power to decide about a country. There are some people who has the power. Even their powers also are limited. Constitution has written everything in detail. So next one, it generates trust and coordination between the government and the citizens of the nation. So yeah, Constitution generates trust and coordination because there are a lot of rules and everyone keeps following these rules. So there is a trust and coordination created between the people of the nation to enable the government to fulfill the aspirations of a society and create conditions for a just society. So government fulfills the aspirations of a society and they create conditions for a just society means again same thing, peaceful environment they create. How? By obeying the rules written in the Constitution. Therefore, it can be understood that the Constitution allows coordination and assurance. On the other hand, it can limit the powers of the government. Even government doesn't have all the powers. There is a limit to government's power, and this is written in the Indian Constitution. So now we'll be seeing 5 questions from this part. Oh, sorry. The Constitution is necessary to preserve and promote democratic principles, suppress individual liberties, enable the government to act arbitrarily, weaken the power of the judiciary. So there's no time for me to explain each and every option because the time is limited. And yeah, we have still 4 more topics to discuss. So we'll just be seeing from the surface. Okay, preserve and promote democratic principles. Yeah, it is a good thing. Suppress individual liberties? No, because no one has a right to suppress anyone's liberty. Enable the government to act arbitrarily? No, government also cannot act according to their wish. Weaken the power of the judiciary? No way they can weaken the power of the judiciary because judiciary is who decides this person is right or this person is wrong. So we cannot weaken the power of the judiciary. So the correct answer will be option A, preserve and promote the democratic principles. Second one is, what is the main purpose of the Indian Constitution? To provide individual rights and freedom, to enforce a specific religion, to impose strict governmental control, to enforce a specific caste. Which is the main purpose of the Indian Constitution? It would obviously be to protect individual rights and freedom. Because Indian Constitution does not allow to enforce a specific religion or a specific caste. Why? Because India is a land of diverse culture and religion, and we cannot do that at any cost. So the correct answer is option B, to protect individual rights and freedom. Third question is, a constitution helps in maintaining Option A, maintaining social order and stability. Yeah. Protecting citizens from arbitrary government actions. True, because they protect it from the arbitrary government actions. Defining the powers and limitations of different branches of government. Everything has limitations, so yeah, that's also right. D, all of the above. Since everything is right, we have the all of the above. Fourth one is, what is the significance of a written constitution? It ensures that laws can easily be changed. No, laws cannot be changed that easily. There is a lot of rules to be followed, even to change some laws. It allows for flexibility in governance. Can be. It provides a clear and stable framework for governance. That is the right answer. It provides a clear and stable framework for governance. That should be the right answer. It gives absolute power to the ruling party. No, every party, the ruling party also has power, opposition party also has power. Both of them have power, like not equally though. Yeah, both of them have power to do something for the nation. They always work for the nation. So yeah, correct answer is option C. It provides a clear and stable framework for the governance. Last question in this topic is, which of the following is not a characteristic of the designed constitution? Is it right? Yes. It guarantees basic human right. It is a characteristic. It establishes authoritarian regime. No, no one has that authority. Like only that person has the authority, sort of thing is not there. It provides a framework for separation of powers. It promotes the rule of law. So we'll see the answer. It establishes authoritarian regime because it is not a characteristic of a designed constitution. Since India is a democratic country, we don't have this sort of power. Okay, now we'll be going to the second topic, that is salient features of the Indian Constitution. So some of the salient features are given here. First one is lengthiest written constitution, blend of rigidity and flexibility, federal system with unitary bias, parliamentary form of government, parliamentary sovereignty and judicial supremacy, fundamental rights, directive principles of state policy, fundamental duties, secular state, universal adult franchise, single citizenship, independent bodies, emergency provisions, three-tier government, cooperative society. So these are the salient features of the Indian Constitution. So now coming to the questions for this, one of the salient features of our Constitution is it is fully rigid, it is fully flexible, it is partly rigid and partly flexible. None of these. Indian Constitution actually is not fully rigid because there are some things that can be changed. That is, some parts is flexible and some parts are rigid. It depends on which part we take. So it is the right answer is option C, rigid and partly rigid, partly flexible. So the explanation for that answer is given below, so you can read it. But I'm just going in a bit fast because we have some more topics to complete. If you want, we can just read it. While some parts of the Indian Constitution can be amended easily, others require special procedure or a special majority. So this is why we say it is partly rigid and partly flexible. Some parts can be amended easily. Some require special procedure. They go through so many procedures to change or to amend the rules and regulations. Next one is, which one of the following determines the Indian Constitution is federal? Federal, we all know what is federal. We'll see that is only there over here. That is the right answer. A written and rigid constitution, is that what decides it is federal? No. An independent judiciary? No. Vesting of residuary powers with the center? No. Distribution of powers between the center and the state? That is federal. That is union and state. That is divided into union and state government. That is federal system. So the answer is option D, distribution of powers between the center and the state. The distribution of powers between the union and state government is what make India a federal country. Okay. So coming to the next question. Fundamental duties enriched in our constitution is inspired from which of the following countries? Fundamental duties, okay? So fundamental duties, the question is fundamental duties are inspired from which country? Which of the following countries? Option A is X, USSR. Option B is Sweden. Option C is Norway. And option D is USA. This question should be memorized, should be by hearted. So we'll see the answer, that is ex-USSR. The idea of fundamental duties is inspired from the Constitution of Russia. We know as ex-USSR, USSR was previously known as the previous name for Russia, so it's given as ex-USSR, and USSR is Union of Soviet Socialist Republic. That is Russia's previous name. These were incorporated in Part 4A of the Indian Constitution by the 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act 1976 on the recommendations of Swaran Singh Committee. Okay. Fourth question, which is not a salient feature of the Indian Constitution? Single citizenship, directive principles of state policy, fundamental right, and the absolute monarchy. When we read the options itself, we can say which is the odd one out, that is absolute monarchy, because India is a republic nation. India is declared republic, and absolute monarchy is abolished from our country from so many years. So option D is the right answer, and absolute monarchy is a kind of government in which a single individual, usually king or queen, has unlimited autocratic authority. Okay, so in ours it is we people who decide, like who it's not just the king or queen who decide. We also have rights in that. So it is a democratic country, not an monarchy, or not which runs under monarchy. Last question for this topic. The Indian Constitution guarantees the right to equality, which includes option A, social and economic equality, equality of opportunity in public employment, abolition of untouchability, all of the above. So the answer is all of the above. We know it. So the next topic, third topic, is Directive Principles of State Policy, which is one of the salient features of the Indian Constitution, as we just saw. So we'll read it out. Articles 36 to 51 under Part 4 of the Indian Constitution deals with Directive Principles of State Policy. So Articles 36 to 51 and Part 4 of the Indian Constitution. They are borrowed from the Constitution of Ireland, which has copied it from Spanish Constitution. So first, the Spanish Constitution was that Ireland took from the Spanish Constitution, and then we took from Ireland, Constitution of Ireland. The SAPRO Committee in 1945 suggested two categories of individual right. One is justiciable right, and the other is the non-justiciable right. So the justiciable rights, as we know, are the fundamental rights, because we know that, okay, fundamental rights are justiciable right, whereas the non-justiciable rights are the Directive Principles of State Policy. DPSP, that is a short form for Directive Principles of State Policy, are ideals which are meant to be kept in mind by the state when it formulates policies and laws. The state has to keep these in mind when they're formulating any laws for the state. Okay, so the first question is the article of Directive Principles of State Policy dealing with the promotion of international peace security. This is again a by-hearting question, so we'll see the answer. It's option A, 51. Article 51 of the Constitution, which is the Directive Principles of State Policy, directs the state promote international peace, okay, and security, and maintain just and honorable relation between the nations. It further directs the state to respect international law and treaty obligations and settle disputes peacefully. So only if we do all these things, there would be international peace, and this is discussed in Article 51 of the Indian Constitution. Coming to the next question, the Directive Principles of State Policy, Part 4, are included in our Constitution from articles. We just saw, we don't even have to read the options, that is option A, 36 to 51. Okay. Third question is, the aim of the Directive Principles of State Policy is to establish capitalist state in our country, communist state in our country, welfare state in our country, all of the above. So we don't need a capitalist state, we don't need a communist state, and if these two are not there, even the all of the above option is gone. So the option we have is welfare state in our nation, in our country. So that is the answer. Directive Principles of State Policy aim to create social and economic conditions under which the citizens can lead a good life. Social and economic conditions under which they can live a good life. They also aim to establish social and economic democracy. How? through a welfare state. So the answer is option C, welfare state in our country. The DPSP are borrowed from the constitution of, the answer is Ireland, because Ireland, we took it from Ireland, okay, and Ireland took it from the Spanish government. We just saw that. The last question in this is, which of the following statements is true regarding the DPSP? DPSP, again, I'm saying it is Directive Principles of State Policy, the abbreviation of the Directive Principles of State Policy. So the first thing is, concept was mentioned in the Government of India Act 1935. DPSP are not legally enforced. So which is true? DPSP, we just saw it's a non-justiciable right, so it is not legally enforced. And the concept was mentioned in Government of India Act 1935. That is also true. So both 1 and 2 are true. Okay, the instrument of instructions contained in the Government of India Act 1935 has been incorporated in the Constitution of India in the year 1950 as the Directive Principles of State Policy. Unlike fundamental rights, the Directive Principles of State Policy are non-justiciable, which means they are not enforced by the courts of law for their violation. Even if we violate DPSP, the court of law wouldn't ask for it because it is a non-justiciable right. So the next question is Parliament. Okay, we'll be dealing with Parliament, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, the Parliamentary Committee. This is our fourth topic. We'll just read the points given. The members elected or nominated by the President to either houses of the Parliament are referred to as members of Parliament. We've often heard MP, that is members of Parliament, and they are elected or nominated by the President, and they are the people who are there in the Lok Sabha or the Rajya Sabha. The Parliament has a sanction strength of 543 in Lok Sabha and 245 in Rajya Sabha, including 12 nominees from expertise of different fields of literature, art, science, and social service. So when they're selecting MPs, they select people from different fields like literature, the people experts from literature, art, science, social service, and there are many more which they see. Parliamentary committees are formed to deliberate specific matters at length. Okay, parliamentary committees, why they are formed? To deliberate some matters. They have to check in. A lot. So for that, parliamentary committees are formed. Standing committees are permanent committees constituted from time to time in pursuance of the provisions of an act of the Parliament or rule of procedure and conduct of business in Parliament. So these are the 4 points from the we told that we're just taking from the surface. Okay, so this is the 4 points that we have taken. In detail we can study, but this course is just a 1 credit course in engineering, so I'm just going through that. Okay, the first question is, what is the minimum age for becoming MP in Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha? So Rajya Sabha is the upper house, Lok Sabha is the lower house. So in upper house, we'll need an age little more higher than the Lok Sabha, okay? Minimum age. So the answer is 18 and 22. No, because Rajya Sabha's age should be more. 25 and 18, isn't that a little too young to become the MPs? 25 and 30, again, Rajya Sabha should be elder. And option D is 30 and 25, which is the right answer because 30 should be for Rajya Sabha and 25 for Lok Sabha. As per Article 84 of the Constitution, a person is qualified to be a member of Parliament provided he is a citizen of India. He should be a citizen of India and has completed 30 years of age in case of Rajya Sabha and 25 years in case of Lok Sabha. Okay, next question is, who is the present Speaker of the Lok Sabha? This is a very current affairs question. Who is the present Speaker of the Lok Sabha? Many of us wouldn't be knowing. So this is an important thing that we all should know. Who is the Speaker of the Lok Sabha? He is an important person. So option A is Om Birla, option B is Sumitra Mahajan, option C is K.S. Hegde, option D is M. Venkaiah Naidu. Who is the answer? We'll just check. It's Om Birla. He is the Speaker of the Lok Sabha. Om Birla is an Indian politician, agriculturist, and social worker who is serving as the 17th and current Speaker of the Lok Sabha since 2019. He serves as a member of the Parliament Lok Sabha from Kota Bundi constituency in Rajasthan since 2014. So he is the Lok Sabha Speaker from 2019. He is an Indian politician, agriculturist, and social worker, and he is the 17th Speaker of the Lok Sabha. So his name is Om Birla, and he's the present Speaker of the Lok Sabha. Rajya Sabha is also known as Council of State, Council of Lok Sabha, Council of Cabinet, Council of Union Administration. Answer is Council of States. The Rajya Sabha, constitutionally, the Council of States is the upper house of the bicameral Parliament of India. Okay, so Rajya Sabha is also known as Council of States. Fourth one, who is the presiding officer of the joint session of the Parliament? Before that, I'm sorry for this trouble. The lights are switching off and switching on and switching off. I'm sorry for that. Who is the presiding officer of the joint session of the Parliament? Option A, Prime Minister. Option B, Parliamentary Affairs Minister. Option C, President. Option D, Speaker of the Lok Sabha. Who is the presiding officer of the joint session? Who is the presiding officer? We'll see that it is the Speaker of the Lok Sabha. So he holds a big position itself. Okay. So he's the Speaker of the Lok Sabha. 1 minute. Okay, who is the presiding officer? This is the Speaker of the Lok Sabha. That is just now whom we saw, Om Birla. Okay, next one is how many members are nominated by the President to the Lok Sabha from the Anglo-Indian community? So it is 2 in Lok Sabha. 2 members are nominated by the President from the Anglo-Indian community. Now, the fifth topic and the final last topic is the State Executive and Governor, CM, State Council. Okay, so we'll be learning about the State Executive, Governor, Chief Minister, and the State Council. The State Executive of Indian polity is also a part of the political executive that comprises of 3 important posts. So in the State Executive, we have 3 important posts, that is the Governor, Chief Minister, and the Council of Ministers, Advocate General of the state. The State Executive is a part of the state government which enforces the law and is responsible for the administration of the state. So State Executive is responsible for the administration of the state. Going to the question, the first question is, the Chief Minister of State is appointed by. So we know, higher than Chief Minister, there's only one person in the state, and that is the Governor. Okay, so the Governor decides who the Chief Minister is. The Governor doesn't decide who the Chief Minister is. That we do by voting, and the Governor appoints the Chief Minister of the state. So answer is Governor. The Chief Minister is appointed by the Governor, who also appoints other ministers on the advice of the Chief Minister. The Council of Ministers is collectively responsible to Legislative Assembly of the state. So this is our Governor. There's another question on him, so I'm not telling who he is now. And this is our Chief Minister, present Chief Minister, and present Governor. So the second question is, who is the Chief Advisor of the Governor? Who is the Chief Advisor of the Governor? Option A, High Court Judge. Option B, Chief Justice of Supreme Court. Option C, Speaker of the Assembly. And option D, Chief Minister. You see the answer, correct answer? Answer is option D, Chief Minister. Council of States of Council of Ministers along with the Chief Minister. Okay, Council of Ministers along with the Chief Minister as head aids and advises the Governor in exercise of his function, except in so far as he is by or under the Constitution required to exercise his function or any of them in his discretion. Okay, so the Council of Ministers along with Chief Minister as the head, they will help the Governor, they'll aid the Governor in some parts, okay? They'll give advices to him in some topics, okay? So then the next question, the third question is, which of the following is responsible for the implementation of laws and administration of a state? Option A, State Legislature. Option B, State Executive. Option C, state judiciary, and option D, state governor. So the question is, responsible for the implementation of laws and administration of the state. Answer is option D, state executive. It's implementation of the laws. Okay, so executive is the organ of government that is responsible for the implementation of the laws framed by legislature. The state legislature makes laws, and these laws are implemented by the state executive. Okay, coming to the fourth question, the present governor of Karnataka is. This is the question I said before. Option A, Vajubai. Option A, Vajubai Rudabai Wala. Option B, Tawar Chand Gehlot. Option C, Hansraj Bharadwaj. Option D, Rameshwar Thakur. So, what is the answer? Answer is option B, Tawar Chand Gehlot. Okay, so Tawar Chand Gehlot is an Indian politician who is the current governor of Karnataka, being the first person serving as the governor of Karnataka from Madhya Pradesh. He assumed office of the governor of Karnataka on July 11, 2021. Okay, he also served as the Minister of Social Justice and Empowerment from 2014 to 2021. He was also the leader of the House in the upper parliament of the House in the upper house of the Indian Parliament. So this is Tawar Chand Gehlot, which is we saw it before even in the first question. He is the present governor of Karnataka and he's from Madhya Pradesh. The last question is, the system of legislature in Karnataka is bicameral, unicameral, cameral, multicameral. So bicameral means there will be two houses, and that is what Karnataka follows. So the answer is bicameral. Karnataka is one of the 6 states in India where the state legislature is bicameral, comprising of 2 houses, that is the Vidhan Sabha and Vidhan Parishad. So Karnataka is bicameral. Okay, so that's it for the video. If you haven't, I hope this video helped you a lot, like helped you in something. You would have learned some few things from this video that we'll discuss 25 questions of the Indian Constitution. Hope this helps you, and thank you for being with me so far. I know I've taken a lot of time today, but we have completed 25 questions from 5 topics. And yeah, thank you so much for the video. If you haven't watched my previous 3 videos, please do watch it. Like all the videos, including this, share it to maximum people you know, and subscribe to my channel. And before I end, I'm sorry for the light issues over here. Okay, so thank you so much. Thank you for being with me. Thank you. Have a nice day, people.